die-in. Now, the background of this story, it was organized by Parkland survivor, protester, if you will, David Hogg, and supported by a bunch of his other friends and his cohorts there, where they called for, and it's supposed to be at 4 p.m. today, 2 that we know of, Publix locations in Parkland itself. Now, David had called for die-ins at other Publix locations throughout the state. Will that pick up? Will that actually happen? I don't know. Who knows? But Publix came out with a statement yesterday that I thought was pretty smart and good for them, is the bottom line on this, where they said, it's unfortunate this has caused a political divide. We continue our support for gubernatorial candidate Adam Putnam, and we want it known that we in no way, shape, or form have actually made political contributions directly to the NRA, which is what this is all about. Because David Hogg, who, by the way, has been invited on the show many, many times. He's never returned our calls, but it's an open forum for him. He can come on and explain this. He calls Publix, the entire chain, an NRA sellout because they support Adam Putnam, who is, by the way, an unapologetic NRA supporter. So there's that. Here's what was the amazing thing about this just yesterday, and you should go back and check it out. At the 850 WFTL Facebook page, the comments were pretty hot and heavy, and I'm not going to talk about the ones that got kind of nasty, but as the conversation went on, it became pretty clear that people who were even on the fence before about a lot of the Parkland survivors, the protesters, you know, the CNN town hall kids like Emma Gonzalez and David Hogg, I think the tide has turned, and they've pushed it too far this time. I really do, and you can kind of see that as the conversation goes on in social media. Because people very smartly pointed out in the comment section on the Facebook page how much Publix does for this South Florida community, for all their communities. You know, they're all throughout the South, but especially in South Florida. Police organizations, and I wish Jen was here today to speak to this because she knows directly how much Publix has contributed to that LEAF organization, charitable organizations, disabled Americans organizations, veterans, developmental disabilities. In fact, they hire a lot of them in the Publix stores, and they've helped out directly. You start messing with a community leader like that, you're really causing some problems for yourselves. And I don't know whether it's going to go on past the 12 minutes that they're planning at Publix stores where they lie down and protest today, supposedly at 4 p.m., at least in these 2 Publix stores. But I'm telling you, man, I don't think Publix will do anything to stop them, but I'm telling you, the tide will turn against them because now you're ticking people off who have a strong connection to this community.